doctor, a lawyer, an Indian chief.
Yes, I can.
When I grow up into this world, I'll go to be just what I am.
My mother and father all proud of me. They want me to be free, to be.
Thank you, Chairman, and I'm here with Gary Strickland, who is a Business Development Officer with First Bank. I just want to thank you for joining us today, for taking out time to tell us about a very important program that First Bank offers its customers. But before we get into that program, I want people to know a little bit about you. So, where are you from, and who are your people?
I'm Gary Strickland again. I'm from Pembroke, North Carolina, a lifelong resident. Have a wife, Hope Strickland, two daughters, Taylor and Jenna, the son of Annette and Gary Strickland. Grandparents, Theodore Locklear, Verlis Jacobs, Annie Jacobs, and my grandma Marl and my grandfather Johnny O. Strickland.
Thank you. If somebody don't know you by now, they've definitely been able to make a connection.
That's exactly right.
There you go. So now, about this program, tell me about it. What's the name of it, and what's its purpose?
We had introduced the Lumbee Tribal Affinity Card through First Bank, and we did that approximately 5 years ago. We have it in the form of a debit card and a credit card, and what that does for the Lumbee people is for every card that we have out there in the form of a debit card, the First Bank donates $1. For every credit card, we donate $5 each and every year. Also, there's a certain amount of the fee income that goes to the Lumbee tribe in a year's time. I think so far we have donated a little over $36,000 in a 3-year period. At the end of this year, we don't know those exact numbers, but it should be something comparable to what we had last year, which was $15,000.
Great. Now, break this down for me a little bit so I can understand it, and so our viewers out there can understand it. So you said the debit card, you put $1, you contribute $1?
For every debit card that's out there, and you don't have to be a tribal member to have this debit card either. We've had quite a few college students come in, take a look at the debit card, and they said, you know what, I like that. And then they realize that it's going to youth services at the Lumbee tribe, and that's something that they want to support within the community itself also.
So it's every time I make a purchase, you're giving $1, or just for every debit card that's out there, it's $1?
For every debit card that's out there, we give $1.
Okay.
And on every purchase, if there's any fee income, a percentage of that fee income goes directly to that cause at the same time.
I'm proud to be a Lumbee Indian. Yes, I am. When I grow up into this world, I'm gonna be just what I am.
The skin is brown, the hair is black. I love the road, but I'm looking back. I can be anything I want to be.
Okay, I recognize that you said it was started about 5 years ago. Who started that?
First Bank came to the Lumbee tribe and talked to Chairman Jimmy Goins and at the time, I think Miss Tammy Maynor, who was the interim tribal administrator, and we proposed to them this joint venture that would give money to the tribe each year.
So tell the viewers out there, why is it important for them to be involved in this program?
I'd say the biggest thing that it does, and this was, I guess, the biggest thing that the chairman's done that I've seen, is that this money goes directly to youth services. Every time you have that card, for each individual that comes in and opens an account with First Bank and gets a tribal debit card and then applies for a tribal credit card, that's money going to support our youth. And that's always been a pet peeve of mine. I love kids. I want them to see them have opportunities, love to see them have experiences. And this is just a way for First Bank to be able to give back to the community.
So if I already have an account that's open, but do I have to let someone know that I want to be involved in this program? Is it just it's automatically applied once I have that debit card?
Not necessarily. We have other debit cards also.
Okay.
But the only affinity card that we have that I know of at this moment is the tribal card. So when you go in, usually our person who opens the accounts up at that time, they'll ask the consumer if they do want to be part of the Lumbee Tribal Affinity Card program.
Okay. Now, if I'm in California watching this right now and I want to be involved and there's a First Bank in my area, can I still do it?
You sure can. First Bank is limited right now to Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina, with the bulk of those branches being in North Carolina. But you can still, if I'm not mistaken, on the Lumbee Tribe's website, the affinity card is there where you can click on, and then you can get in contact with us, and you're able to apply for one of the tribal credit cards.
Good, good. Now, is there anything else that you want the members to know about this program? Highlight anything else that you weren't able to hit so far?
I'd say the most important thing, and it's just a reiteration here, just letting everybody know that our youth are going to be the most important thing. I'm here at the age of 39 right now, about to hit 40, and I have a daughter that's 13 and one that's 7, and these individuals can hopefully help support my kids and every other tribal youth that is out there.
Well, let me ask you one question. What is the involvement like? Do you have a lot of people participating in this?
We have quite a few people. For example, the very first year that we did it, we had we garnered $9,000 for through the tribal credit cards.
Right.
Now it's up to $15,000. It has gone up significantly each year. But one of the things that can be done, there are a lot of people out there that have not actually activated the Lumbee tribal credit card, and we figured it out last year. If the individuals that had the cards that just would activate their cards, if they don't spend a cent, it would increase the amount that the tribe gets by over $4,000. So if you have that credit card out there, the biggest thing you can do is you can call First Bank or call the 1-800 number that came with your card, and you can activate that card, and that's $5 more that's going to be going to the tribe each year.
That's great. And I just want to reiterate again what you just said. All they have to do is activate the card. They don't even have to use it.
Not spend one dime, and it can still help the tribal youth.
That's great. That's great. Gary, I do want to thank you so much for coming today and spending time to let us know how we can give back to our youth with something just as simple as using our debit card. I do look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you for First Bank thinking about us and how we can give back, because they definitely are our future, just like you said. And I just want to thank you so much. So I do invite you to come back. If you want to say anything else, you're more than welcome.
Just glad to be a supporter of the community, and we'll continue to do so in the future, not just through this venture, but other things.
Thank you. Thank you. And Chairman, back to you.
Yes, I